Hey guys, it's a little bit less than a week before I take off and thought I would just do a quick overview of what I'm taking. I've done some research. A lot of this is I'm going to try out on the trail and we'll see how it works. But what I've tried to do is get as light as I could. The base weight looks to be about 13 pounds. Excluding clothes, and about 16 pounds with clothes. Actually, it's probably about 12 pounds without clothes, about 16 pounds with clothes. So let's get into it. I'll show you what I'm taking. This is everything I've got, and I'll probably do a follow-up video afterwards and let you know how things worked out. But this is what I'm planning on so far. So what I did is I went and got a new pack. My old pack was an Osprey, about 70 liter, pretty big, very comfortable, but pretty heavy. I think it was about 5 pounds, bigger than I needed. I got the Osprey Levity 60. It's just about big enough. I wish it had a little bit more room, but that's probably good because I won't take stuff I don't need. Strapped to that, I've got the InReach Mini, which took a little bit to figure out how to use, but I promised my wife I would take that, so I'm taking that. It works pretty good. It transmits location pretty nicely. I won't need cell service for this. It works on the Iridium satellites, so pretty good. And you can load up little messages that you can send, text messages. It's nice because it hooks in through Bluetooth to your phone, so that's kind of nice. That makes it way easier to see your location, see the maps, and all that. So this weighs less than 2 pounds, so pretty light. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but it is light. So I'll let you know how that works out on trading weight for comfort. We'll see how that goes. I've got my rain gear, which is a Marmot. This is just a rain jacket I've had forever. I did spray it with waterproofing material to kind of make it a little bit more weatherproof, but I've got that and rain pants, and that is my rain gear. So that's going to go in the top of the pack where I can get it out easily, stick it back in when I need it, hoping not to have to wear that very much. One pair of Officio underwear. I wore those on the Camino a few years ago. They're great, very comfortable. A pair of shorts I've got with some pockets and belt, and a nice base layer. This is just some stuff I had. I may change this out. This is dry fit. I may change that out for some wool or something else. Pair of the pants, the zip-off leggings, so I can turn those into shorts. Those are kind of nice. Wore those on the Camino. Those are great. I got a base layer t-shirt. Probably I'm going to keep that for in town. I'm going to see how that works. Keep something that's won't get ratty. I've got a base layer Patagonia that I'll keep. I've got a Columbia long sleeve shirt that was recommended by Darwin on the Trail. So I saw he recommended that shirt. I like the idea during the desert section where I won't get sunburn on my arms. I got a fleece that I had as a base layer, and then I bought an REI just puffy. This thing's awesome. Super warm. It wads up. It weighs next to nothing, so I get that. 2 pair of sock liners. These actually fell in with my dress socks because they look just like blue dress socks, but these are two pair of sock liners, 2 pair of darn tough socks, wool socks. These work pretty good. And just a pair of smart wool. These are going to be my tent socks, just to wear inside the tent, keep my feet warm. Get those, and the ever popular Ultra Lone Peak 4s. I bought several pair of these. I'm going to mail these to myself throughout the trail. I figure I'll get 500 miles out of a new pair. They work pretty good. They're the zero drop. So I've done a lot of walking in Vibrams years ago, didn't have any problems. I don't expect to have any problems with the zero drop issue. They've got a wide toe box, which is good for long distance through hiking because your foot really expands. They've got a little clip here and Velcro on the back for a gaiter, so that's pretty nice. They're basically just made for through hiking, and so they're super light. I've got about 4 pair of these. I'm going to mail some to myself throughout the trail. So the philosophy has kind of changed, as opposed to wearing, you know, like big heavy boots, to something light. They wear out, but the studies have shown that a pound on your feet exerts as much, 10 times the energy as, or you burn 10 times the energy as a pound on your back. So it's important to have light footwear, and I got the best I could find. I also went and splurged on a tent. This is the Z-Pax Duplex. So it's a 2-person tent. The setup is super easy to set up. It's made out of the Dyneema fabric, so it's super light. It's expensive, but I like it a lot. The trekking poles, it doesn't have any poles, but you use your trekking poles for to set them on the end, and that works really nicely. I do have the Black Diamond cork handle trekking poles. My other ones that I had for years finally blew out and weren't staying extended anymore, so hardly useful. I did splurge also on these. Let's see if I can find my, I got the carbon fiber stakes. Splurged on those. Those are in here somewhere. No. There they are. So I bought the carbon fiber stakes. I like these. I'm not sure, they're super light. I'm not sure, since they don't have the shepherd hook on the end, how well they're going to hold up to wind. And so that's my concern there, even though these are light, is they don't have the hook. And so I'm going to have to kind of angle these. And I did get an extra one. This tent requires 8. I bought 9 just because I don't want to lose one. So, or if I do lose one, I'd rather have an extra. So, anyway, I like this tent so far, and I hope it works out really well. On the pad and sleeping situation, bought a Thermarest pad. I cut this in half, so it basically covers from my shoulders to my hips. I'm going to use this as a sit pad as well around camp. I bought the Enlightened Equipment 10 degree. I don't want to get cold, I'm sure, or, you know, do the best I can. So this is a quilt, the Enlightened Equipment 10 degree quilt, and I love it. It's super warm, it's super light, and it's super expensive. So I'm hoping that works out. I did splurge on a luxury item and got a Sea to Summit inflatable pillow. I was just going to use kind of clothes and my pack. This was recommended by a few people, and so I splurged and got that. It's actually pretty comfortable. It doesn't take up hardly any space. It's super light, so I got that. And I got the Thermarest inflatable pad as well. So why 2 pads, you ask? I just want to be able to sleep. So I got the pad that you inflate, and I got this that's going to go under that. So I'm going to have 2. So hopefully that should do the trick. On the cooking, I've got a Sea to Summit. This is a little cook pot, titanium cook pot. I've got the Gigapower Snow Peak. This is the Snow Peak as well. I guess it's Sea to Summit Snow Peak. Got the MSR Pocket Rocket. This screws right into the fuel canister. This thing just extends out, and you put the cook pot on top of that, and you screw that in, not in that order, and light it, and away you go. So there's that. I've got my Bic lighter. I've got a backup flint, which hopefully I won't have to use. But I've got that just in case, because I want to be able to cook. There's the lid, and I bought the titanium Sea to Summit long spork, because I'll plan on eating right out of the containers. So I want to get the long one. I don't know if I'm going to cold soak very often, so I got this. I can chunk this in the trash if I end up not using, but it's a Delenti ice cream container. So I can put some couscous in here, put some rice in here, and just cold soak and eat that for lunch later. We'll see how that works out. And what else have I got? I've got the Sawyer Squeeze water filter system, and so you just put your dirty water in here, hook it up, squeeze it through this device into your water bottle or whatever container you're using, and you're good to go. And then I got a little adapter to backflow, clean it, backwash it. And I've got a My Charge Adventure. This is the biggest battery pack I could find. So I'm going with this. This should charge my phone 10 times. And it's pretty heavy. It's a pound. And so I may not appreciate that, but I do appreciate that it charges the phone 10 times. I'm going with this as opposed to like a solar system. I haven't heard good reviews on the solar system. I heard they're clunky. They may not work up in shaded areas, obviously. But I'll just have to get into towns and recharge that. So we'll see how that goes. And I've got the charger for the phone, headphones, earbuds. That's kind of a luxury thing. These things are great, obviously. But you'd have to charge them, and you could lose them, and so I may ditch those and stick with the old-fashioned earbuds after a while. So I did bring 2 of those. I have this is another luxury item type of thing. As I'm going through this, I feel like I'm doing more luxury items. This is a tie-back sheet that everything I read, I don't think I need a ground cloth, but I thought I would be able to use it when I'm out. If I do cowboy camping, if I just am sitting around, I might want to have something to kind of keep out of the mud or out of the dirt without having to do my tent. So this is kind of a backup system. It doesn't weigh anything, hardly. It does take up some space, so I'll see if this makes it all the way through. I may ditch that, so I'm on the fence on this thing for now. There's my food bag, made out of the Dyneema fabric. It's got a rock bag inside it to hang in certain areas. There's a bear bag to have that. This is my first aid kit with Body Glide for chafing. This is the cortisone in case I get poison ivy or anything like that. Basically, some ibuprofen, Neosporin, chapstick with sunscreen, dental floss, and a toothbrush with toothpaste. That's the first aid kit and personal care kit. This is the taking care of business kit with the deuce of spades, toilet paper, and hand sanitizer. So everything you need there. I got these are just sun gloves. These things are actually great when it's a little bit cold, a little bit windy. Your fingers can be exposed. You can still work. super light. So I got these. Also got regular gloves. These gloves have the haptic touch, where you can actually still work your phone if that's important. These aren't the warmest things in the world. These are kind of running gloves. I don't expect in the first, south of Kennedy Meadows, kind of through the desert, I don't expect to get super cold, but I did want to bring some gloves. I got a beanie. This is just a old beanie I had. I've got my headlamp. And I bought a new one. This is a black diamond. I bought a new one because I couldn't find my old one. And so, of course, you know what happens after you buy a new one. The old one turned up. So now I have two of these. This is a mosquito net. This weighs nothing. I don't think I'm really going to need this in the lower 700 miles or so. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need it in Oregon and Washington. I'm going to carry it anyway because it doesn't weigh anything. It doesn't take up a lot of space. And ball cap that I'm going to wear. It's got State of Texas on the front and a gig 'em Aggies. So I thought both of those would be important to have. So anyway, I just got a cap. That's all I'm wearing. I was going to wear the big floppy. Covers around, keeps more of the sun off, but it kind of gets annoying when you've got a pack to have the big brim. So I'm going to opt for this. We'll see how that goes. I've got my Seiko or Casio watch. It is solar, so it doesn't need a battery. That's kind of nice. And a buff. I'm going to wear that, put that around my neck, pull it up over my head, around my ears. This thing is awesome. And I am not going to wear my glasses. I have these little tiny Foster Grants that are collapsible. I'll take these and sunglasses, and that's it. And that is going to be with everything that you see, about 16 pounds with everything. But that's no food, that's no water. So if you just look at a base weight, it's going to be about less than 15 pounds for sure. So anyway, that's everything. I'll do a follow-up video at the end and let you know which things I loved, which things I hated, which things I'd take again, and which things I'd ditch. But anyway, that's what I'm taking. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.